execute somebody, you're talking about you against killing. Martin Luther King says you can murder a murderer, but you can't murder murder. So, people see this as a solution to their problem. Now, it's not true that they see it on TV and all the violence on TV, and that's what they do. Okay? Okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt so we can argue. Yeah, that might have some influence. But the main thing is not the experience that people have that cause them to behave the way they do. It's their interpretation of that experience. That's why you need to talk to your grandma. The boys who kill folk don't talk to their grandma. I can document that. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Tell folks who've been raised by their grandma. Yeah, and see, some folks' grandmamas is Mickey Mouse, because that's what they do when they go to visit grandma. They sit in the middle of the floor watching Mickey Mouse on TV instead of talking to grandma. So that's the long answer, but the thing is, we can do something about it. Now, some of your groups and organizations and churches need to form some God-Parents programs. You know what the God-Parents program is? It means that children who have parents in jail don't have parents. So what you got to do is become the God-Parents. Make sure they go on vacation, make sure they do their homework, make sure they do what? All these kind of things. You got to step in. Because 5 out of every 7 children, 5 out of every 7 who have parents in jail will go to jail. And you don't go to jail by going down and registering or getting a scholarship. Okay? There's a way to get in jail. And they get smart now, Brother. They're going, breaking out the windows in the post office so they can end up in state prison, federal prison. Because you can't get medical treatment in other prisons like you do federal prisons. So if you're going to be a criminal, you got to be sophisticated about this thing. You might need a kidney transplant. You can't get that in that's the kidney rhythm, you know. I'm sorry. What's the next question?
I apologize. We probably only have time for one more question.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, and I got to pick someone else?
Yeah, so you got to pick 3.
Can we actually take 1, 2, 3, and then you can answer all 3 at once?
Yeah.
So let's take David, George, and
You can do it.
Thank you, Bernard. I know you were one of the key leaders in the Poor People's Campaign back in 1968. Is it time for another Poor People's Campaign? And if so, what would it look like? First of all, I just want to say how humble and honored we are to have you here in Oakland with us, and just appreciate you for your words. The question I have is a few things that you shared that resonated particularly with some things that are happening right now. In Pelican Bay Prison here in California, which is the maximum security prison, it's a level 5 institution. There's inmates, shot callers who are on hunger strike. And we have shot callers who, shot callers of different prison organizations that, have decades of beef with each other that now come up and they've created a peace accord. And there's an opportunity how this peace accord from Pelican Bay Prison can translate into creating peace on our streets. There's shot callers for Nuestra Familia, the Mexican Mafia, Aryan Brotherhood, the Black Guerrilla family, from all the different sectors. And what they're realizing is they have a common pain, they have a common oppression, and they have a common struggle. The question, and I guess the challenge, is we've seen this before, this momentum, in 1993, after the LA uprising, in the wake of the Rodney King verdict. And at that time, I'd been gang involved. I was just coming out of my own incarceration and becoming part of the urban peace and justice movement. And what we saw was how those peace efforts were undermined, particularly by the police state. law enforcement undermine those efforts. They were the ones who felt scared and threatened, and they dressed up as homies, and they put in work, and they got the rift going again. And so we know that this is much more, nonviolence, and there's stakeholders in violence. It's about social control. It's about power. It's about maintaining hegemony. We want to, but for us, this is very personal. These are our young people's lives. So my question is how do we navigate these systems? How do we maintain this momentum, this unique opportunity we have with the inmates in Pelican Bay so that what happened in 1993 doesn't occur again?
One more.
And in the same vein, at the city council meeting the other night, Alan Buford, one of our young people, was shot by the police. Police report still not given to the family, all kind of injustice around the entire case. And in the city council meeting, people were frustrated, enraged, angry, and the next item on the agenda was to introduce a possible resolution for Oakland to be named an international city of peace. Right? And so you can imagine the backlash and the reaction and the responses. And so to add that same theme that my brother George and the brother before him just spoke in.
One of the questions that we're wondering about, those of us who are peace builders in Oakland and working together and supporting each other and covering lots of different tools, including TV and nonviolence, in the midst of people being in their angst and their pain and their grief, when is it appropriate, what is your wisdom to go to the people organizing for Alan Rupert's family, and say, may we share tools with you, the way you were just teaching us tonight about how you work in St. Louis, and use very creative together tools to be very organized. I wish for people who want their answers to their pain and they want good answers and justice to have the kind of tools that you guys teach. But the level of rate seems too high to approach. And I'm just wishing to learn how do you bring people together to learn tools that they don't have.
Okay, all right, very good questions. The answer, response rather, to the first question is whether or not we are right for another Poor People's Campaign. And the answer is yes. The conditions make it. Okay? Yes. When you see people doing Occupy, these are folks who are taking time out of their lives going and becoming witnesses. Okay? Silent witnesses. I used to work for the Quakers, American Friends Service Committee in Chicago. Okay? All right? So what is missing is a lack of specific goals. Martin Luther King, what? He acted directly, direct action, in a particular geographical location. That's why we talk about these movements by the name of the city, rather than the issue. Montgomery bus boycott, the Montgomery movement, the Selma movement, the Albany movement, the Birmingham movement, okay? Chicago movement. But those movements had what? National and international, not implication, goals. He acts locally, focused globally. What we need, okay, is a particular issue so we'll know when we have solved that issue. And the way you decide on the issue